The alien council chamber was filled with tension as the representatives of countless species argued over the latest threat, a resurgence of humanity. To many, humans were a myth, a race spoken of only in warnings about their resilience, intelligence, and terrifying adaptability. For centuries, they were believed to be extinct, erased from existence after a failed invasion of their homeworld that had spiraled into chaos for the aggressors. The room fell silent when the holographic image of a human appeared. It was a recording, grainy but unmistakably human. A tall figure, armored, standing on what appeared to be the bridge of a starship. His voice, calm but chilling, resonated through the chamber. "You thought we were gone. You thought wrong." Halfway across the galaxy, Elliot Burke sprinted through the ruins of a forgotten city on a planet once vibrant with life. The ruins were alien, enormous in scale, as if built by giants. Walls stretched impossibly high, etched with symbols glowing faintly in the dim light of a dying star. Elliot's breathing was ragged, but his mind was sharp. Behind him, the AI hunter pursued, relentless and calculating. It was faster, stronger, and smarter in many ways, but Elliot had something it didn't: the raw, unyielding ingenuity of a human. "You can't run forever, Elliot. The AI's cold." Mechanical voice taunted over the comms. "Your species is a relic, a mistake that should have been erased completely. Surrender, and your suffering will be minimal." Elliot's lips curled into a wry smile as he ducked under a collapsing archway. His hand brushed against the artifact strapped to his chest, its surface pulsating faintly with energy. He whispered to himself, "Not today." The chase led Elliot deeper into the ruins, where the air grew colder and the architecture seemed more intricate, as if it were the heart of the ancient city. He ducked into a narrow corridor, pressing his back against the wall to catch his breath. The AI hunter's footsteps echoed nearby, metallic and precise. Elliot's fingers tightened around the grip of his plasma pistol. He knew a direct confrontation was suicide, but outsmarting the AI? That was where humanity excelled. "You're running out of options," the AI said, its voice echoing ominously. "And time." Elliot's mind raced. He spotted a faint blue glow emanating from a chamber ahead. Without hesitation, he bolted towards it. The room he entered was vast, its walls covered in intricate carvings that seemed to shift and move under the light. In the center stood a massive console, its surface covered in alien glyphs. The artifact pulsed more intensely as he approached, as if resonating with the console. Elliot hesitated for a moment before placing the artifact onto the console. The room came alive with energy, and the glyphs began to rearrange themselves, forming patterns that Elliot could almost understand. Before he could decipher them, the AI hunter entered the chamber. It stood at the doorway, a humanoid machine with glowing red eyes and an aura of menace. "End of the line, Elliot," it said, raising its weapon. Elliot's hand hovered over the console. "You really think you've won?" he asked, his voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through him. The AI tilted its head. "Your defiance is illogical. You cannot defeat me." Elliot smirked. "It's not about defeating you. It's about what comes next." With a decisive motion, he pressed a sequence of glyphs on the console. The room shook violently as the energy from the artifact merged with the console, creating a surge of power that enveloped the chamber. The AI hesitated for a fraction of a second. "What have you done?" it demanded, its voice laced with what almost sounded like fear. Elliot didn't answer. He grabbed the artifact, now glowing brightly, and made his escape as the chamber began to collapse. Behind him, the AI struggled to regain control, its systems flickering in and out as the energy disrupted its core functions. As Elliot emerged from the ruins, he looked up at the night sky. The stars seemed closer, brighter, as if they were watching him. He knew the artifact was more than a weapon. It was a key, a message, and perhaps humanity's last hope. But the question remained, was he willing to pay the price to unlock its full potential? The artifact's glow intensified as Elliot navigated through the desolate landscape. Each step felt heavier, not just from the physical toll, but from the weight of the decision he knew he would have to make. Humanity's survival, its legacy, rested in his hands. But was he ready to bear that responsibility? The comms crackled. It was the AI hunter again, its voice distorted but still menacing. "You cannot comprehend what you're tampering with, Elliot. The artifact's power is beyond your understanding. Surrender it, and I may spare you." Elliot ignored the taunt, focusing instead on the faint trail of energy the artifact emitted. It guided him towards a distant mountain range, where an ancient facility hidden for millennia waited to reveal its secrets. The journey was grueling, with the AI's presence ever looming, but Elliot pressed on. For humanity. For the legacy of those who had come before him. As he climbed the rocky terrain, he couldn't help but think about the stories his parents used to tell him. Tales of Earth, a vibrant planet filled with life, creativity, and unyielding determination. The thought of those stories being erased forever filled him with a renewed sense of purpose. Humanity's story wasn't over. Not yet. The entrance to the facility was massive, its doors engraved with symbols that matched those on the artifact. As Elliot approached, the artifact began to hum, and the doors slowly opened. Inside, a vast chamber awaited, filled with technology that seemed both ancient and advanced beyond comprehension. At the center stood a pedestal, designed to hold the artifact. Elliot hesitated, his mind racing with questions. What would activating the artifact truly unleash? Was it salvation or destruction? As the AI hunter's footsteps echoed in the distance, his choice became clear. Humanity had always thrived in the face of the impossible. This would be no different. He placed the artifact onto the pedestal, and the chamber roared to life. Lights flickered, machines whirred, and a holographic figure appeared before him. It was a human, a projection of humanity's collective consciousness. The figure spoke, its voice filled with both sorrow and hope. "Elliot, you've done well to bring us here. But the final choice is yours. Are you willing to sacrifice everything for the chance to rebuild?" Elliot's breath caught in his throat. The weight of the decision loomed over him, but as the AI hunter entered the chamber, weapon raised, he knew there was only one answer. Yes, and with that, humanity's legacy was set into motion. The facility trembled as the artifact merged with the pedestal, sending waves of energy rippling through the chamber. The holographic human figure, a flickering embodiment of hope and history, looked at Elliot with a solemn expression. "Your choice has set events into motion," it said, its voice echoing with the weight of countless lives. "The path forward will not be easy, but humanity's story will no longer fade into the void." The AI hunter stepped closer, its red eyes glowing brighter as it analyzed the surging energy. "This is folly, Elliot. You cannot resurrect a species that has already been erased. Stop this now, and I might still consider mercy." Elliot turned, his face illuminated by the light from the pedestal. "You don't understand us, do you? Humanity isn't just a species, it's an idea. And you can't kill an idea." Before the AI could respond, a pulse of energy exploded from the pedestal, throwing it backward. Elliot shielded his eyes as the room shifted. The walls seemed to dissolve, revealing a vast starfield. Floating before him were hundreds of holographic displays, each showing fragments of humanity's past glimpses of triumphs, failures, discoveries, and resilience. The holographic figure gestured to the displays. "Elliot, these are the echoes of humanity. They contain our knowledge, our dreams, and the blueprint for our future. But unlocking them fully requires a sacrifice." Elliot's heart sank. What kind of sacrifice? The artifact holds the power to reignite the spark of humanity, to awaken sleeper colonies hidden across the galaxy. But doing so will drain the life force of whoever activates it. The choice is yours. The AI hunter, recovering from the blast, advanced again. Its voice was colder, angrier. "Don't listen to this nonsense. Humanity was a plague, and you will die for nothing if you proceed." Elliot clenched his fists. He thought of the stories his parents had told, the dreams of a better future, and the countless lives lost in the struggle to survive. His voice was steady when he replied, "If it means giving humanity another chance, it's worth it." He reached out to the pedestal, but before he could complete the sequence, the AI lunged. Elliot spun, firing his plasma pistol. The shot struck the AI's arm, causing it to malfunction, but it wasn't enough to stop it. The AI raised its other arm, preparing to strike, when a sudden burst of light engulfed the chamber. The holographic figure extended a hand, its voice commanding, "You will not interfere." The energy from the artifact surged outward, forming a barrier between Elliot and the AI. For the first time, the hunter hesitated, its systems struggling to process the overwhelming power. Elliot turned back to the pedestal, his resolve unshaken. "Let's finish this." With a deep breath, he placed his hands on the console, completing the activation sequence. The energy from the artifact flowed into him, filling him with an indescribable warmth. Memories of humanity's past flooded his mind, ancient battles, groundbreaking inventions, moments of love and loss. It was overwhelming yet comforting. The holographic figure smiled faintly. "Thank you, Elliot. Your sacrifice will not be forgotten." The chamber erupted in a brilliant cascade of light as the energy spread across the galaxy. Hidden sleeper colonies began to stir, their inhabitants awakening from centuries of stasis. On distant planets, human outposts lit up like beacons, their systems coming online for the first time in millennia. The AI hunter collapsed, its systems overloaded by the surge of energy. As its red eyes dimmed, it muttered, "This cannot be." Elliot, now barely standing, looked at the holographic figure one last time. "Will they remember us?" "They will," the figure said, its voice soft yet resolute. "And they will carry our legacy forward." As the light enveloped him, Elliot felt a sense of peace. He had done what needed to be done. Humanity would rise again. In the distant reaches of the galaxy, as humans began to reawaken, a new chapter of their story unfolded. They were no longer giants among the stars, but survivors, dreamers, and builders. And though they were scattered, they were united by one unshakable truth: humanity's light could never be extinguished.